Okay, welcome back to the second half of the 1145 turn for the 160th playthrough of Antietam using the Glory 3 system. This is the second half of the turn. We've played through 6 AMs so far. They have been both of Stewart's AMs, both of Longstreet's AMs, one of Jackson's AMs, and one of Burnside's AMs. So all the Confederates had come out first, which actually is an advantage for the Union at this point. Big news is two things. One, McClellan wrote some more orders and got some other people moving, particularly Burnside, which we can see down to the south here. And he's heading for his namesake bridge, hopefully to cross and potentially cause some effort down here, break through to Sharpsburg. And then also, too, the fact that, to the north, things have stabilized a little bit for the Union, as the Confederates have not pushed the advantage because there's no benefit to it. So let's continue on with the second half of the turn here and see what happens here for the 1145 turn. So the next chit is Hooker. So Hooker is up here, and he is still in a precarious position. It's stabilized, but he's being slowly surrounded by Stuart, which is going to make this position pretty tenuous here. He still needs to recover a little bit and need to figure out something to do to break Stuart. Maybe we can get McClellan to release Pleasanton to attack him there as well. But in the meantime, so starting off, we're going to start off with Ricketts over here. His artillery is going to take a shot down here. So he's +2 for strength. He's within range. So it's 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 5, +2 is 7. That's a miss. I think with this, the Confederates will counter battery. So it's going to be a strength of 3. They're within range and no terrain effects. So 9 with a +3 on the dice. Roll a 7 +3 is 10. That's a hit. Cohesion check is a 5, and the artillery is okay. So he counter batteries. So now, with the rest of Ricketts, he needs to recover over here. Christian is stuck kind of over on the side over here. We also have Hartsoff up here, holding off and pushing back the Confederate cavalry. But he needs some help. So I can't weaken the line up here right now with Ricketts. Doubleday might have to have Gibbon come up to help out. So I think, other than that firing, there's going to be no movement for Ricketts. Other actions going to be try to recover Duryea. He needs a 5 or less. Doesn't get it. Rolls an 8. So that's all for Ricketts. Let's move along to Meade over here. He's got units right in front of his guns. So he's a +3. For range, he's going to be another +2, so it's going to be +5 on the dice. So it's 9 with a +5. Rolls a 0. That's a miss. So his shot misses. Now, what else do we have with Meade here? Meade is here, Meade is here, and Meade is here. Like to come up to attack, but that would mean he'd have to attack both of these. Yeah, he'd be at a very big disadvantage. Could bring him up, but that means giving up position on there. He needs to pull back 1, 2, 3. You'll leave Doubleday's guns there for a moment. He's going to come over here, like so. He's going to stay here like so, and that should do it. Okay, then we've got Doubleday, which I think, let's see, they're on the same level. Yeah, these guns will fire across here, so it's going to be a 9 with a +3 on the dice. Roll a 0. These guns will fall back into there, like so. He's going to recover. Gibbon is going to go 1, 2, and look to drive them off with an attack, which they're going to do because they can't really do much. So they'll go 1, 2 back to there, pivot like that. Gibbon will advance. All right, that'll push them back a little bit. Doubleday will take a step over here, and then that unit will try to recover. So he needs a 5 or less. Rolls an 8. That's a miss. Okay, so that's it for Hooker. Let's move on to the next one. It's going to be Hayes's artillery. That's over in here. That's our 5th Corps units. So with them, let's see, so it's going to be them. Oops. All right. It'll be these units here firing at these units up here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're within range. Uphill, so -1. So it's going to be a 9 with a +2 on the dice. Makes 11. So that's a hit. So it's going to be 7 or less. Roll a 3. They're okay. And then McCrae is a 4 or less. Rolls a 2. He's okay. Alright, so that's that one. Second one here, he's going to support Burnside's attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's in range. It's +4. It will be plunging fire, so it's going to be +5. So 9 with a +5 on the dice. 7 + 5 is 12. That is a hit. Cohesion test, they're a 5. They roll a 5, so they're okay. And that'll do it for Hayes's artillery. Because the other unit still is stuck behind with no targets. Next one we've got is Burnside again. Okay, Burnside's got his 2nd order. That means he can potentially attack a little bit more down here. So, artillery, who will we start with? We've got Wilcox up here. He was 2, 4, 3. So we'll start with Wilcox, firing on him. So it's going to be +3. 9 with a +3. 6. That doesn't get anything. Alright, so now he'll move up. So he's going to go, everybody's the same. 1, 2. Of course, he's got to stop at that point. These guys will come up as well. They're going to attack them there. Wilcox is going to come to there. He's going to move to there. Just don't want to block their path of retreat if possible. I know we've got the Fords back here, but they're covered, and hopefully we can break across there. Okay, so let's see what the attack looks like. So we've got defensive fire from Ransom. It's going to be, he needs a 7 or higher. He is disordered, so it's going to be a -1, and then they're firing into woods, so it's a -2 on the dice roll. Okay, so here we go. 6 minus 2 is 4. That doesn't do it, so the attack continues. So they're going to be a 8 to 4. That's a 2 to 1 advantage. That's plus 2 on the dice. Cohesion is 6 to 5. Is another plus 1. Makes it plus 3 on the dice. It is going up 1 level, so it's going to be minus 1. So it's going to be just plus 2 on the dice. There you go. They need a 5 or higher. Plus 2 on the dice. 4 plus 2 is 6. That does it. Defender retreats. And yeah, I think we'll have him retreat that way. And he has got to take a cohesion test. Yeah. So he's a 5. He rolls a 2. So he is okay. So now they're actually going to, one of those are going to advance up here. And now they're across the river. Okay. Okay, so Scammon is going to attack. Range of 6. He's plus 2 on the dice. So that'd be 9 plus 2 on the dice. 4 plus 2 is 6. That is a miss. So now I think if we can get Scammon's troops moving through here, that will be good. So let's go 1, 2, 3. Oh, he can't get up to there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got to go under him. It's too bad. 1, 2 to there. 1, 2 to there. He'll move up. So we've got plenty of troops across. We've got roughly a brigade and a half over the river. They're going to get fire from here. Oh, I didn't move them up, but that's okay. Just wondering what to do with Rodman here. They may need to stay kind of in a reserve. The same with Sturgis. It's because we've got the bottleneck here. I mean, I could send them around over here, but I really would like to push through here as much as possible. So, anyways, that's all for Sturgis. Rodman, I think we've got to use him in kind of a counter battery roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To medium range 6. It's a -1, so he'd be a 3. Yeah, it'd be down to a 2. So yeah, let's shift over to Rodman. He'll be a +2, 9 with a +2 on the dice. Rolls a 1. That's a miss. All right, so now what to do with Rodman's units? Two, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. I'm not going to get over there in time. I mean, the best thing to do is just kind of leave them where they are, I feel. And then the same with Sturgis to some degree. He'll move up a little bit. So let's jump over to Sturgis with his artillery. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to go after him. So he is a range of 6. It's +2 for strength. And that's a miss. Alright, so now with Sturgis, his units, I think he's just going to move 1, 2, and just kind of push them up a little bit. That's it. Not as great as I wanted it, but they did make it across. They've taken part of the heights. They're going to have to wither artillery and possibly counterattack over here. But at least they're across the river. Okay, let's move back to the top view and move on to our next ship. We've only got a couple more to go here. Next one is going to be Jackson. Okay, last Confederate comes out. Jackson, he's back up here. And with Jackson, the situation has changed to the south a little bit, but not too much to the north. We still have Jackson up in this area here. Just be up here, and over in here. So actually, I think I'm going to start with D.H. Hill first because he's got this unit here that needs to recover. So I think we'll start off with Hill. There's artillery here. Take a shot at them. So it's going to be strength of 1, plunging fires 2, so 9 with a +2 on the dice. That's a miss. Okay. Now, movement, if any. I think everybody's okay where they are. They're not going to move. So they've got to hold back the 2nd and 12th. But we do want to try to recover them. So they're going to meet a 6 or less. Roll a 3. So Colquitt is back in business. Right there. Okay, so that's all for D.H. Hill. Let's move on to the artillery. So his artillery 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a +3. 9 with a +3 on the dice. 8's 11. It's a cohesion check. Needs a 5 or less. Rolls a 9. He goes into the withdrawal box. Just all the 2nd Corps is just going right into the withdrawal box. Alright, so that's all for him. We've got them up there, which I don't think they're going to take a shot. They can't see anybody really to shoot at. They're in good position, so I think that's all the reserve artillery. So next it becomes the 2 divisions over here, Lawton and Jones. So Lawton, I mean, really does not need to attack. In fact, he's actually going to bring his unit back off the hill. They can't see him. Yes, that's going to free them up, but that artillery is going to get a hit on them eventually here, and I just don't want to take that for them. So they've got a good defensive position in front of Dunker Church. No need to really push the Union up here too much. So that's all for Lawton. Jones, though, just to keep the Union honest, is actually going to move up a little bit. He's going to move him up to there. Artillery is going to move 2 into there, or 5 into there. And actually he'll join them for covering. Just trying to keep Union from trying to turn that Confederate left flank, even though they're well guarded by Stuart's units to the side here. Just kind of solidify that over there. And I think that's all for Jackson. You know, his fight is just to hold Bigger fight's going to be down south, which we may need to move McClaw's over for that. But jump back to here. Next one's going to be Hayes's artillery again. So I think the first one's going to be this reserve. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got him in range. It's going to be plunging fire, so it's +5 on the dice. 9 with a +5. 3 + 5 is 8. It's a miss. Even with these great modifiers, they're still missing. These guys will shoot up here again. It's going to be +2 on the dice, so 9 + 2. 8 + 2 is 10. That's a cohesion check on them. And they will counter battery, of course. They're okay. Below, they're okay. Counter battery 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There'll be a +3. Roll a 0, so there's nothing on them. And that's all for Hayes' artillery. Okay, last chit. It's going to be Sumner. Alright, he gets some sort of recovery over here. Here's his units right here. Ooh, pretty beat up. 4 units in the withdrawal or recover stage. 2 artillery units gone. Alright, so we'll take French. His artillery, so it won't do anything. He'll move some units. He'll move into there. He'll go with them. They're going to attack there. Try to push them off. These guys are going to try to recover. Yeah, I think that's it. Alright, so the attack is going to be here. They'll attack here. Defensive fire will need a 5 or higher. Now, they're going to have, they don't get a +1 because they're in the cornfield, so it's going to be 5 or higher. They roll at 8, so they stop them. Alright. So they stop them there. That's all for them. So let's do some recoveries here. We'll try Kimball down here. They'll need a 6 or less. Roll an 8. We'll have Weber here. He's a 3 or less. He gets a 3, so he's back in good order. Okay, Sedgwick, as I said, here. That's it. He's going to try to recover. 6 or less. Rolls an 8. Yeah, second core is pretty much done. Richardson, he's okay. He can't recover. Alright, so he's going to try to go 1, 2. They're going to try to team up like so. Actually, I should have moved Sedgwick over to there. And that should do it for second corps. So that's it for the turn. That's all the movement. Flip it back over to, and we just have the like so. There we go. Okay, so we've got a couple units coming back in. First for the Confederates is Penn. He is a 5, so he needs a 5 or less to come back in. Rolls a 1, so he comes back in. We'll have him come in over here, and of course he will not be able to recover because he is coming back in. All right, for the Union, we've got 2, both Howard units, A and B. So Howard A, 3 or less. He is lost. And Howard B is a 1 or less. He is lost. So yeah, second corps is just totally destroyed at this point. And then we've got 2 units coming back down into the recovery box over there. Okay. So recentering you back here on this, and then zooming you back out. Here's the situation at the end of 1145. To the north, the Union, again, in dire situation here, but Jackson is not attacking, not going to crush the First Corps. Doesn't need to. No points there for it. 12th Corps is just holding the line here. 2nd Corps is just falling apart. It's lack of a better word. Artillery is just decimating it. It's going on to the withdrawn track and then failing. We've got 2 brigades worth of troops that are completely destroyed, and then 2 artillery batteries completely gone with them here as well. So we've lost, nearly a third of the corps out here. Pretty much 1 division is gone. As well as the artillery. But there's still hope, because we still have, off to the left here, we have the 6th Corps, we have the 5th Corps, and the bright spot for the Union now is down here, crossing Burnside's bridge. Burnside was able to get his units across. Wilcox and Scammon, Sturgis and Rodman are there to follow up as well. If they can push across and push back Walker's units here, they could relieve some pressure on the 2nd Corps, also potentially getting the 5th Corps or the 6th Corps into action and pushing across. Now, the one specter we have over all of this is the fact that Jackson's last Corps, AP Hill, arrives in 2 more turns at 2 p.m. We're going to be up to 12:30 p.m. turn here shortly. So we'll see how it goes. It's getting a little bit more interesting again. Still not sure if the Union can do anything here, but at least we'll make a game of it. So thanks for watching.